Next up, Steven, we're going to mute you for this segment. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there because we're not spending 30 minutes on this segment to hear you rant. Big matchup this weekend, Bremen and Schalke. And if you look at like pre-season predictions, I think for everyone, a lot of people have these teams as relegation teams. So you might be saying, pass the sticks, boys. Why are you so concerned with this matchup? Kind of feel like these are two managers that are going to be on the hot seat. One of them is very much on the hot seat. The other one did buy himself some time, saved Bremen from relegation last season. But he's got to do better. He kind of got a pass because Bremen did lose their big striker in Max Kruse, a very versatile player now playing for Union Berlin. He's a really likable guy, very charismatic. We'll start out there, boys. Let's dig into this one. I don't really know where to start other than, do you think that if this game goes one way or the other, it'll cost the manager their job? And from the reports, it definitely sounds like David Wagner is going to be in that position. You guys feel like Kofeld could potentially be there too? All right, you're off of mute, Stevie. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's easy. It's no question. It's Wagner. Like Wagner's on the hottest of hottest seats that you can be on.
Now, Steven, tell me very quickly, how does he even still have a seat?
Because he had somehow great first half of the season.
All right, here we go. In all comps last season, we got David Wagner, 12, 12, and 15. I mean, it's, pretty balanced, I will say.
I mean, he got to the quarterfinals of Pokal somehow.
Yeah. That's all comps, right? So that does include Pokal. Kofeld last season, you're looking at 8-7. Wait for it. And 20. And those do count this past weekend as well. So they were sitting at 19. Schalke was sitting at 14. Kofeld's record is not good. Well, a lot of people are throwing this blame on Wagner, but this past season for Kofeld, that was a doozy. Were they in a playoff? I'm sorry that I'm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're on that one.
Right. You're a goal or two away from playing a bullet too. What's your take, man?
Wagner is definitely on a hotter seat than Kofeld. I think Kofeld's seat is sort of sneaky hot. But Wagner should have been gone. We talked about it. We talked about it back in the spring.
February, probably.
Yeah, it was in. I think it was in February. Because they had won the game on like January 17th or whatever against Gladbach, and then they didn't win. They won again like February 4th or whatever
it
was.
Won again.
No,
they
in the
Oh,
Pokal.
okay.
In the Pokal.
Oh, okay.
In the Pokal. So they won again there. But that's it. That's the only two wins that they have in 2020. And it was probably – actually, you know what it was? It was like the last couple of games before we stopped. And I think it was you actually, Tyler, who said that maybe they should get rid of him before the end of the season. And I think we sort of talked you out of that or something. And that's when they should have gotten rid of him is back then. Like, we didn't think they would, but that's what they should have done. He should have never been there. He should have never seen the restart. It's absolutely terrible. There's nothing happening with that team. They're just absolutely horrendous. It's painful to watch. I don't even know how the players are showing up anymore.
Sounds like they aren't.
They aren't.
Mentally.
Justin turned on them. Paulie, you're not on mute, but I know that you didn't want to chime in on this one. So, we're just going to kind of leave you on the sidelines here to protect your own. Save your face on this one. For listeners that kind of new to this, so David Wagner had a very good run with Schalke, like big overachieve. Going into holidays, like second. Maybe not quite second, but they were right up there going into the holidays. Looked really, really good. So people are like all excited. And then basically, as Keenan said, you get January, February, they don't win again. We're sitting in, almost Halloween. Okay, not quite Halloween, but almost October, and they still haven't won a game with a very short off season. So that's some context behind it. And also Schalke is big broke. I mean, like in debt, like negative money. So if you got a guy 2 years left on his contract, you got to pay those wages if you fire him. And then you're thinking about you got to bring somebody else in. So the word on the street right now is they're going to bring in a caretaker manager, probably for the rest of this season, and then figure out how you're going to do contract, which means you're going to have to bring in somebody that's currently unemployed because you're not going to be able to pull somebody out of another job, which very much limits your options. Let's not dig into options tonight though, because you know how muddy that can get. But I do think maybe we'll tweet it, we'll put it out on Twitter. I do think their options are very limited, so it might be a little bit more straightforward this time versus like a big club that could go after anyone, right? Just a little context for that. But I'm with the lads on this one. I'm not even going to try to argue. I like how Keenan, you said it, like what did you say, sneaky hot? I feel that because I think that people kind of get the sense that Kohfeldt is invincible now, just because he's so loved, and they just give him some time. But in a weird way, Wagner is in the same situation because every time we think he's gone, the man bounces back. Like Legend of the Phoenix. Good stuff. Lay it out there, hot seat. Watch that match this week. Keenan's going to give us a nice little preview for that one. Check it out. It's going to be – I think it should be a good game, but I also think that Schalke's not going to show up. 2 cents there.